Yeah, welcome to Steffrey's Academic Tuition Center. This is mathematics, paper 2 part and geometric progression. So this is paper 2 mathematics topic under geometric progression, paper 2 mathematics. Yeah, so in this topic, if I was supposed to use a calculator, because paper 2 topic, I was supposed to have a calculator. As you can see myself, I have a calculator here. Yeah, I have a calculator here. So maybe for the sake of just introduction to the calculator, I will try to explain some major parts that you're supposed to know on the calculator. Example, when you see this one, this part here, this part, which is got a curve which is upside down here. This part is a part for the power. Example, if I want to say 8 to the power, I want to say 8 to the power 5. So it means for me to write the power, I use this part. Then is equal to this one. Then if you want to say 5 squared, so square is like this one, which is equal to 25. Or if I want to use, maybe I want to use 5 to the power 2, which is same as square is equal to same 25. So this is a very important part of calculator, for the calculator I mean. Then if you want to write over, maybe I want to write 5 over this part was written a/b c. This part is over ab/c is over. So if you want to write maybe 5 over the sum over 5 over 2, so I say equals so the answer is 2 over 5. But if I want the answer to be in decimal, I just place again over here the answer. As you can see, it's in decimals there. Good. So I'll do the explanation here under geometric progression, so that at least we try to understand the meaning of geometric progression and also the formula for GP. So as for me, I call this one as a GP, so shortcut for geometric progression, which is GP. So when we talk about geometric progression, we're saying that a geometric progression, in short, is a sequence of numbers where each term is multiplied by a fixed constant called the common ratio given by R. So in short, you are saying that the common ratio, it came from the word division. So ratio means divide. So R is a common ratio, and the starting point is called the first term. For example, if I have 1, 3, 9, I proceed like this. So it means my first term here is A. This one is my A, the first term. Then this one could be my T1, then this one T2, T3, just same as AP. So T1 to T2. Since on AP, on the paper 1 part, we were subtracting. So here we'll divide now. So R, which is common ratio, is equal to T2 divided by T1, which is same as R is equal to T2 over T1. So my R will be, I divide 3, T2 is 3, then over T1 is 1. So it divides. So my R is equal to what? Is equal to 3. So in short, under GP, we are supposed to divide to find R. So on finding R, I need to divide on GP. I mean, sorry, on GP. Then on AP, we subtract. So don't forget. So now, the geometric progression is a sequence of numbers where each term is multiplied. So as you can see that we're multiplied by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So which means we'll multiply the number by what? By 3. Again, 9 times 3 to be 27 here. 27 times 3. So in short, we're multiplying the number by 3. Good. Apart from that, we need to know that division and multiplication, they go along. Short, they go together. Just same as multiplication and addition, they also opposite to each other. When you are adding, the opposite is subtracting. When you're multiplying, the opposite is what? The opposite is dividing. So even here, as you can see, when you try to multiply, 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3, so you get that value. Again, when coming back, you divide. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 1 is 3 again. So our common ratio is almost the same. So which means this is the GP. Good. So now the formula for the nth term of which geometric sequence is given by. So the formula for GP, we want to find the nth term. The nth term, we need to use the formula. Tn is equal to AR to the power n minus 1. So this is the first term, which is A, the first term, and my R here is the common ratio, and any number of term minus 1. So don't forget, this is R to the power. So this power is on R alone here. So this is we have a power here, R to the power n minus 1, where Tn is the position of the term, and A is the first term, n is the number of terms, and R is the common ratio given by. So common ratio, remember what I said, is T2 divided by T1, which is same as T2 over T1. Remember, division is same as the over, is the same. So here I've got the first example here, which says state the common ratio of the GP. So 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, etc. So since I said that the R, the common ratio, is given by R is equal to T2 over T1. So in this case, I will try to label this part, which is this is T1, this is T2. So for me to find the common ratio, I need to substitute correctly. Where I will say R common ratio is equal to T2, in this case is 16. So I'm going to say 16 over the T1 is 32. 32 here. So my R here is equal to, so which number can go into 16 and 32? So 16 can go into both. So 16 here it's 1 over 16 here is 2. So my R is 1 over 2. But don't forget, some people, they make a mistake here. Instead of writing 1 over 2, they will just say 16 here 1, 16 here 2. So the answer, they'll just write 2, which is wrong. So make sure you need to understand mathematics very well. You need to know that since it's 16 here it's 1, 16 here is 2, so to be 1 over 2. Unless if it was opposite, if it was 32 over 16, that's why now you can say, okay, you just divide directly to give you 32 into 16. I mean 16 to 32, you get 2. But in this case, the answer is 1 over 2. Let's say example 1. Now go to example number 2. Number 2 reads, find the 8th term. This is 8. The 8 here. This is 8. This is 8. Find the 8th term of the GP. So I've got a GP here. So I say the formula for finding the nth term is given by the Tn here is equal to AR n minus 1, where we have A is equal to, my A is 2 there, as you can see. My A is this 2. Then my R is T2 over T1. So which means I'm going to find the answer here. This is my T1, my T2. So my T2 in this case is 6. So I'll say 6 over T1 is 2. So I'll put 2 there. So the nth term, what is term 8? Term 8 is equal to A, in this case, my A is 2, so I'll put 2 on this A. So I'm going to put 2 here. My R is what? My R is what? My R is what? My R is this into this. I'll get 3. So my R in this case is 3. So it is 3 to the power number of term. I'll find number 8. So number 8 minus 1. So the answer is, you please don't multiply this time this. No, first you solve this part. So we maintain, first you write 2, then open bracket, then we write 3 here, then we say 8 minus 1 is 7. So now you punch this part on the calculator. This one is same as 2 times 3 to the power 7. It's just same. So you can punch this part on the calculator. So I'm going to use my calculator here. So on here, I'll punch, I'll say, I'll follow what's it on the calculator, I'll say 2, this 2. Okay, hope it's clear. I'll write 2 first, I'll say 2, this 2, here, then open bracket. The bracket is here. Then 3, I'll write 3, close bracket. Then to the power, this power I said, the power there, the power here, to the power 7 equal to. So the answer is 4, 3, 7, 4 as our 8th term. That's the answer for the 8th term. Hope this part is clear. And I go to next part. Okay, so the next part is the sum of the geometric progression. So the sum of geometric progression, the sum. So the sum of the first nth terms of a geometric series or progression is given by, so this is a formula for the sum. So sum is equal to A means the first term, open bracket, 1 minus r to the power n, close bracket, over 1 minus the r. And you only use this formula if r is less than 1. Which means, what I'm trying to say that the r, in this case, the r need to be less than what? Less than 1. So for example, when you find r to be r is equal to 4, since r in this case is bigger than 1, which means we can't use this formula. We swap, so the r will start from here and 1 will come this side. Even on top we do the same. So the formula will be like this one, where r is greater than 1. So in short, we are avoiding negative here. For example, like when you put a number here, which is r, which is 1 minus 4, that will be negative 3. So in short, you avoid negative down here. So you can test the formula to use here by using the denominator part. This part is called the denominator, and the above part is the numerator. So you can use the denominator to test it. You can use the denominator to test it. So in this case, for example, like if r is 4, so we're going to say 1 minus 4, it will give us negative. So this formula will be wrong. Unless this one, so will be 4 minus 1, the answer is 3, which is positive. So we get this formula. And don't worry about the formulas. What you need to do here, you just need to understand the concept. Otherwise, the formula, they give this formula in final paper for your exam. So you just open the first page of Mathematics Paper 2 exam. The formulas are there, even on this door, under this topic. So you need to analyze the situation here. So for example, like if our r is 1 over 2, since 1 over 2 is less than 1, so we use this one, 1 minus 1 over 2. The answer here will be positive. So it means the correct formula to use is this one. So here you need to analyze the situation before you write the formula, start solving. So you need to know your r, then from there now pick which formula to use. So this is a formula for finding the sum of the GP. So I've got one example here. The first example, find the sum of the first 6 terms of the GP. 64, 16, 1, etc. So they want me to find the sum. So since I know that the formula for the sum is above here. So before I write the formula, which formula is correct here, I need to find first the value for r, which is common ratio. So common ratio, I know it's common ratio, r is equal to T2 over T1. So r is equal to, so this is the first term, the second term. So I would divide, I would say 16 over 64. So my r in this case will be equal to, so I divide, I can use a calculator here, there's no harm. So 16 divided by or over whatever, 64. So the answer is 0.25. So I put 0.225 here as my r. But if I want, I can also put this in fractions. So I'll press what's over here over. So I'll get the same as 1 over 4. So I can get any value I want. So now I'll write the formula here for the sum. Since I know that this r is less than 1, so it means I'll start with the formula for 1. So I'll start with the formula for 1. Yeah, so from here, I'll now write the formula. So sum of the nth term is equal to, so I know the formula to use now. So I'll start with the 1 for 1 because this r is less than 1. So I'll say a here, open bracket, 1 minus r to the power n over 1 minus r. So I'll say the sum of the sixth term, so I'll put 6 here, is equal to, my a here is 64, so I'll put 64 here, 64, open bracket, 1 minus 1 minus the r is 1 over 4, so I'll put this, my bracket here, there's power 4 there. Number is 6, I mean, so I'll put 6 here. I'll do like this. Then over 1 minus r is 1 over 4. I can do this if I want. Good. So from here, I'll now use my calculator wisely. So if you want, you can leave your answers in decimal form, or if you want, you can put them in fractions. So I'll maintain, so I'll say 64, this 64, open bracket. So I'll solve what's inside here. So I'll get my calculator here. So I'll punch what's inside here. So I'll say this is 1 minus open bracket here, 1 over here, I'll use over 4 close bracket to the power 6. The answer that I get is this one. The answer is this one. So if you want, you can put the answer in fraction. I'll do this. Good. So the answer is this one. So I'll write this answer. In fact, I'll write this answer, which is 0.999755859, like this. Then over. Then here, what I'll do here, I also find the answer down here. Good. So I'll say 1 again, 1 minus 1 over 4. Now I find an answer which is 3 over 4. So I'll put in decimal, so to give me 0.75. So what I'll do, I'll multiply this time this. Then after finding the answer, I'll divide by this. So I'll say 64 times 0.999755859 equals, then after finding the answer, I'll divide that answer by, so divide this division, over means division, so I'll divide by the 0.75. so that's what I'll get is 85.312499 again 7. So then the answers need to be correct to 3 significant figures. So I'll write the sum of 6 terms is equal to, so I'll count 1, 2, 3. So the next number is 1, and this one is less than 5, so I can't add the 1 here. So it will be 85.3 as my sum. Then I go to next question, question 2. Again, find the sum of the first 5 terms of the GP. So again, I need to find the sum. So before coming up with the formula, first I need to write the value for R. So I know that R is equal to T2 over T1. Yeah, T2 over T1. Yeah, so my T2 here, this is T1, T2. My T2 here is 12. So I'll say 12 over 3. 12 over 3. So my R is equal to this into this, I'll get 4. So my R is 4. Then now, since 4 is greater than 1, so I'll start with R minus 1. Yeah, so I'll write sum is equal to A open bracket r to the power n minus 1. Okay, minus 1 is about to be here. Minus 1 here, like this, then over r minus 1, like this. Yeah, then from here, I'll substitute my sum of the fifth term is 5. S5 is equal to my A in this case is 3, so I put 3 here. The bracket. My R is 4, so I put 4 here. To the power number to the power 5. Then minus 1, like this. Then over 4 minus 1. Then from here I continue solving. I'll say 3, open bracket. So I'll solve what is inside the bracket. So I'll say 4 to the power 5 minus 1. The answer is that one. 1, 0, 2, 3. Like this, then over 4 minus 1 is 3. So now on top here, I multiply 3 times 1023 equals first. So before you divide by 3, you're supposed to say equal first. And then now divide by 3. So the answer will be 101,023. So this will be my sum of the fifth term. Yeah, so this is how you are supposed to do it. Yeah, the next part that I want us to do is geometric mean. GM, geometric mean. So geometric mean, for example, we have A, comma B, comma C. So our geometric mean is the term which is in the middle, or the term which is between. So in this case, this is our geometrical mean. So you see this GP, geometrical mean, so which means we write a formula, a B, which, for example, like this is our T1, our T2, our T3. So we're going to say T2 over T1 is same as T3 over T2. T2, yeah, good. This T2. This 2. Yeah. So we're going to say T2. Our T2 in this case is B. So we're going to say B over A is equal to T3 is C over B again. So we're trying to make B the subject of the formula. So cross multiply here. So B times B, it will be squared is equal to A times C to be AC. So our solution is B squared is equal to AC. So we want to find the value for B. So we're going to put square root here. Then don't forget you put positive or negative square root of this. So it will be B is equal to positive or negative square root of AC. This is a formula for geometric mean. So if you want to find a geometric mean, we use this formula. We say B is equal to positive or negative root of A times C inside. Good. Then the sum to infinity. Sum to infinity given by this symbol. Sum to infinity. Infinity. Example talk about infinity. Infinity means the endless. Infinity, it ends. Infinity, endless. It continues in short. Example, say the God of infinity means the God of Mayaya. It doesn't end. The God of always. Good. So the sum to infinity, you say sum to infinity, this is like 8 now, is up and down, is equal to, this is a symbol for infinity. This is a symbol for infinity. Sum to infinity is equal to A over 1 minus R, or A over R minus 1. Again, we apply the same concept. If R is greater than 1, R greater than 1, use this formula, 1 minus the number minus 1. Again, if R is less than 1, use this formula. So take note of this thing, very important. So the sum to infinity, so you need to check, is r greater than 1 or less than 1? If it's r is greater than 1, get this formula. And if r is less than 1, so r is less than 1, get this formula. And always we say this is supposed to be positive always. So even if you find the negative, that's supposed to be positive. So r must be positive. This symbol means the magnitude. So magnitude, it means that always the value for r need to be positive. So even if you find negative, but the answer need to be negative, the answer need to be positive. So even if you say r is equal to -2, but when you're writing, you say therefore r is equal to 2, you write positive. Good. So I'll go to the next example, which is a full question now. So the question says, the second and the fifth terms of GP, which is geometric progression, are, so here, you need to be very careful. You need to breathe first. You need to very, very, very careful. So I'll start with question A, solving here. You need to be very careful. So the thing that the second, so you write a second here, the second, write a second here, then comma if you want to here. The second and the fifth, so fifth and also fifth, which is 5. You also write 5 here, fifth, here like this, this being smart. The second and the fifth terms of geometric progression are 16. So the second, so this is second, this is number 2, and this is number 5. Good. Do like that. Is that and that. So find the common ratio. So now, since the second and the fifth term is given, so the formula for the nth term, you get this formula. The A is equal to AR n minus 1. Come again, even here, the fifth term formula is equal to AR n minus 1. Do like that. Then my second term is 16. So I'm going to put 16 is equal to, I don't have A, I don't have R, number is number 2, so 2 minus 1. Be careful. 16 is the second term. A, I only have second term, I don't have the first term. A. R, I don't have common ratio, minus C, so to the power, number is 2 minus 1. Then again, I do the same here. Fifth term is what? Is 2, so I put 2 here, is equal to, A, I don't know, R, I don't know, number is number 5 minus 1. Good, so I'll say 16 is equal to AR, 2 minus 1 is 1, so it's same as 1. So 2, again this side is equal to AR to the power 4 there, after subtracting there, to the power 4. So now here, I'll try to simplify the expression. So you start with this part over this part. So this part divided by this part. Again, this part again divided by this part. You divide. So this part over this part. This, don't forget, always when we say this type of question, you apply this concept. You say this part over this part and this part over this part. So now I'm going to say, I'll start this part, which is A. Don't start with this part, no. You start with the part on the right hand side. So AR to the power 4 over AR to the power 1, which is same as AR. Then is equal to, so put equals here, again 2 over 16 like this. Then now here you solve the equation. So you say A and A gone. How many R's are here? 1. So 1 R gone. How many R's are there? The R there is 3. 4. So we're going to main with 3. So to the power 3 here. Because we'll cancel this R. and the R, 4 R's on top, which means we're going to remain with 3 R's. So it means we're going to say R to the power 3 is equal to 2 here is 1, 2 there is 8. So now here we need to find the answer. So I'll write this part again here. R to the power 3 is equal to 1 over 8, which means we're going to find the cube root like this. Like this. So this and this will cancel. So remain with R is equal to. Now, how do you write this one? So please, if you want to do this one direct, you can say 3 cube root, open bracket, 1 over 8. If you want to do this one direct on the calculator, please don't forget to put this part inside the bracket. Otherwise, when you do direct, you get the wrong answer. For example, I'll try to show you. Example, say, now how do you write this part here? So you write 3 shift, you write go per shift. This part is here, you have to this part is here. So shift, so go per shift, you write this part now. Then you write 1 over 8. So the answer, as you can see, the answer gave me 1 over 8, which is wrong. So that's why I'm saying that the best way is to put the inside part in bracket. So say I'll write 3 shift, open, then I'll say this one, then open bracket, 1 over 8, cross bracket equal to. So the answer is give me 0.5. So if one answer in fraction, I'll say this give me 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 same as 0.5. So my R in this case is 0.5. That is my R. 0.5 or R is equal to 1 over 2 is just same in fact. Yeah. Then I go to, since I found the value for R, the common ratio. Now they also want me to find the first term. So when finding the first term, I'll check which part is, I'll check this part and this part. I'll try to check the part which is more simpler, or the simplest expression, this one or this one. So in this case, as for me, I consider this one to be simple. So I'll get 16. I'll get 16 is equal to AR. But if you want, I can also get this part. I'll still find the same answer. So here I've got option. You can choose. You get this part or this part. But the answer that we're going to find is just same. So I'll say 16 is equal to my A. I don't have A. My R is 0.5. This value that I'm from finding. Since I want to find the value for what? For R. So I'll say over 0.5. I'll say over 0.5. You cancel this part. So my A will be so 16 by 0.5. The answer is 32. So A is 32. So it means I've answered here. So in conclusion, you say therefore A is equal to A is equal to 32, and R is equal to, and R, my R was 1 over 2 to 0.5 as the final answer to the first question, which is question number 1. Good. Hope it's very clear here. Then now I go to question number 2. I'll go to the next question, which says find the 12th term. So question number 2. This question, in fact, this question number 1 here. So I made a mistake. Probably question number 1. Question number 2, the 12th term. So they want me to find the 12th term. So the formula for finding the 12th term is equal to the formula. It said Tn is equal to ARn minus 1. Good. So my term 12 is equal to my A, the A that that's the value that I'm from finding for A. The value for A is what? Is 32. So I'm going to put 32 here. So I say 32, open bracket. My R My R here is 0.5, so I'll put 0.5. Then to the power, number is 12 minus 1. So I'll say 32, 0.5. This man needs to be 11. So now I'll punch this part on the calculator. So I'll say 32, open bracket, 0.5, close bracket, to the power 11. So I'll get, this is a mistake here. Okay, let me repeat this one. My A is 32. 32. Then open bracket. My A is 0.5. Close bracket to the power 11. Okay, so the answer is in. So in fraction, the answer is 1 over 64. Good. So you can just place here what's in fraction over here, so that you can get the answer in decimals or in fraction like this one. So that would be my answer for that part. Then I go to question number 3. Part number 3, which says the sum of the first. So there's a mistake here. Supposed to be the sum of the first, maybe let's say the first 5 terms. 5, yeah. The sum of the first 5 terms. So I know the formula for sum. Since I know my R is 0.5, which means R is less than 1. So I'll use the formula for the one that starts with R. So I'll say sum is equal to, I'll put A, open bracket, 1 minus R to the power n over 1 minus R. Then I'll say sum of fifth term is equal to my A is 32, so I'll put 32 here. Open bracket, my 1 minus R, my R is 0.5 to the power 5 here, like this, over 1 minus 0.5. So I'll say 32, open bracket. So I'll punch. I'll say 1 minus open bracket 0.5 close bracket to the power 5 is equal to, so get 0.96875 over this minus this to give me 0.5. So this times this, so say times 32. So get 31 over 0.5. So divide by 0.5. So get 62. So our sum of fifth term is equal to 64. I mean 62, sorry, 62. That will be my final answer. I got next part. Yeah, I got next question. Okay, so this part, given that the geometric progression is this, find the 7th term, the sum of the first 9 terms. So these 2 parts here will be your exercise. This part will be exercise or tasking. Then as for me, I'll just do this part because it's different from what we have done. So remember, the question says find the geometric mean of this and this. So the formula for geometric mean is B is given by the square root, is given by positive or negative square root of what? Of A times C, which is AC. So my B geometric mean is equal to positive or negative. So get this will be our A, this will be our C. So A is 1 196, I mean 196, then times 15625 bracket like this. So our B is equal to positive or negative square root of. So I'm going to punch this part. So we multiply 196 times 15625 equals. Then I'll write this answer. 3062500. Then now the square root of answer equals. So the answer is B is equal to positive or negative 1750 as the final answer. Good. Then now let me do this question, which seems to be different from what we have done. This part seems to be different from what I've done. The question says the first three terms okay. This part will be done on the next part. But I can just give you the introduction. So the first three terms of GP are, so this one our T1, our T2, T3. So find the value of M. So the way we are supposed to do it, you say this part over this part. This is our T3. So you say this part, which is, we say T2 over T1 is equal to T2 over T3, I mean over T2. Yeah, so you say T2 over T1 is equal to T3 over T2. So you divide this over this, so you say M plus 1 over M minus 2 is equal to, again, this part, M plus 7 over M plus 1. Then from here you cross multiply. Then find the value for M. Now after finding the value for M, since our common ratio is this over this. So after putting the value for M here, example, if M is 3, so say 3 plus 1, again 3 minus 1. So it means we're going to have values here. So you divide this part by this part to find R. Yeah. Thank you very much. I will send more questions here on the same. The next question that you're supposed to try, you can also try this one. You can also try this one. This one hope is clear. This one. And also try this one as well. And this one. And this one. Also this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. This one. All these questions you can try them and submit the answers for marking. And this one. Okay. This one too. You can just pause the video and copy the question. And this one. Amen. 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 And this one. This one too. The last one. This one. And send the answers for checking or for marking on 097262322. You can WhatsApp me, stay freeze Njaluka. Thank you very much.